Welcome in, along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo. Today discussing the best pass rushers in the AFC West. We're going to go team by team. And let's start, Mike, with I think the best pass rusher in the AFC West, Von Miller. He's going to be representing the Denver Broncos. Just the model of consistency. I'm looking at his PFF grades right now, 90 plus every single year of his career.
Yeah, the thing about Von Miller is what you mentioned right there, the consistency, consistently elite. He is, in my opinion, on a Hall of Fame track over the course of his career at this point. And as good as Bradley Chubb's rookie season was, it still was not close to Von Miller. Von Miller has never had a season in his career, a pass rushing grade as low as Bradley Chubb's was as a rookie. He has just been dominant from day one, and it just really hasn't stopped since. So this one, to me, a no-brainer.
Yeah, anytime you're over 70 pressures, it's a huge number. Von Miller, when you include the playoffs, you know, we've seen that in 2011, 2012, 2014, 2015 was the Super Bowl season where he had 105. We saw it in 2016. We saw it in 2017. Last year was one of his worst seasons, and he still had 64 pressures during the regular season. So Von Miller, the clear top pass rusher for the Denver Broncos. Let's move on to the Los Angeles Chargers. There was a bit of a debate here between Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, but we're going to go Joey Bosa, a little bit younger, and just a fantastic start to his career.
Yeah, his first 2 years about as good as you can expect from a young pass rusher. This past year, injury obviously hampered him, but it was a debate with Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram, fantastic in his own right, but that 91.3 pass rushing grade from Bosa back in 2017, that was fantastic. We expect him, when healthy this upcoming season, to match or expand upon that in 2019. So Joey Bosa, start to his career, you can't ask for too much more. In the Chargers, with both of them, arguably the best pass rushing duo in the NFL.
Yeah, that 2017 season, 75 total pressures, 13 sacks, 11 hits, 51 hurries. Fantastic year for Bosa. Like you said, when healthy, he's the guy. Let's leave the Raiders for last, I think, and then there'll be an interesting discussion. Let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that added Frank Clark this offseason, lost Dee Ford, but we're going with your guy, Chris Jones, as the best pass rusher on the Chiefs.
Yes, Chris Jones, 16 sacks last year, the most for a man over 300 pounds since Warren Sapp in the mid-2000s. He is a dominant interior presence there for the Kansas City Chiefs, and you love the upward trajectory of his career up to this point. 76.3 pass rushing grade as a rookie, 83.1 in year two, and then a big 91.5 jump this past season. They added Frank Clark, but I think it's still clearly Chris Jones, the best pass rusher on that team.
Chris Jones, we loved him coming out of college. He's continued to get better. I think he is the right player to list here as the best pass rusher. I think we have to explain, why is it not Frank Clark, though? They just gave up draft capital. They just paid a ton of money for Frank Clark. But the best pass rush grade of his career is only 79.3. We talked about that 70 pressure mark as being, this, kind of cut off, to show those top-notch seasons. His career high was last year, 69. He did have 14 sacks, so he's always had these double-digit sack seasons. But he hasn't had the dominance. That's what the PFF pass rush grade really tracks. He hasn't had the dominance of some other top pass rushers. I think that's why Chris Jones has to get the nod here.
Yes, the consistency aspect. Chris Jones, in that midseason stretch where he went 10-plus games with sacks, it was just unblockable, down in, down out. It wasn't just him running into sacks. It was him creating sacks on his own. Frank Clark, a lot of those sacks were cleanup production, which will weight differently than actually beating the offensive lineman in front of you.
All right, let's get to the Oakland Raiders, by far the worst pass rushing team in the NFL last year. So their best pass rusher on the roster right now, Maurice Hurst. He was a rookie last year. We loved him coming out of college. He wasn't even a disappointment for us. He was okay as a rookie, but right now he's the top guy. Because they just drafted Cleveland Farrell in the first round, and even him, maybe an average pass rusher at the next level per our projections.
Yeah, Maurice Hurst, 72.4 overall grade as a rookie. That's solid. Nothing spectacular, but I think that's just indicative of the Raiders as a whole. Not a lot of talent. They're rushing the passer, as you can tell by their sack totals last year. It can't get worse, which is probably the silver lining for them, but I think Maurice Hurst, heading into year two, expect that second year jump with how high we were on him coming out. I think he'll have a big year too.
Yeah, getting rid of Khalil Mack, was big, not just because Khalil Mack is special, it's because what they left, was a barren front seven. So there you have it. It's the best pass rushers in the AFC West. Let us know below who you think are the best pass rushers in the division.